Welcome everyone to I See Potential Podcast, episode 4.
My name is Christine.
And I am Jake.
And we're back to talk about love. No, it's not actually talking about love. We're talking about
healthy relationships. How did we do that last week?
And the perfect man.
The perfect match. Because I've come to the point where I'm more like, I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh.
I don't think it is. But like, if it comes to the point where like there is a girl and like I'm madly in love, then I'm just gonna go for it. But I don't think it's ever gonna happen. There's like 99.99999% it's not gonna happen.
What do you want in a perfect man?
I just want someone who's like, I want someone who can pull the best out of me.
Yeah.
I think like that's just such a big thing.
Yeah.
Someone who can bring the best things out of me, and I can try and bring the best things out of them.
Okay. Any aesthetics in there? Like,
I don't know. Anything
in particular? Because I know for me, like, obviously.
I need to be tall.
No, they don't. You're rude. Excuse me. They do need to be tall because I am a tall woman, and I've dated short guys, and they couldn't handle the fact that I was tall, so I got ghosted. So I have beef with short men.
That's not all short men.
No, I got beef with short men.
You can't be writing dear short men. This ain't dear white people.
Excuse me. I'm allowed to want to be able to look you in the eye without bending down.
They can wear stilts.
And I'm going around with a circus.
Yeah.
Do I look like a clown?
The circus makes the money.
Nah. The only thing I do ask is that they're tall. When it comes to like body shape, I'm actually not as bothered anymore.
It's like 200% no short guys. Not even if like the best perfect match in the whole entire world who loved you and loved your tallness and loved all this and that. Like 200% would not even try.
Nah, short men move mad. It's a fact.
What?
Short men move mad.
What does that mean?
You give a short man an inch, he'll take a mile.
Then he needs to take a mile because he's shorter and it'll take longer to get there?
Nah. Short men take the piss sometimes, so do you know what?
To be fair, one true loves in my life, like, he was very short.
Yeah.
Like, very short. We're talking about 5'7", I'm guessing.
That is pretty short.
And I'm 6 foot.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, you're around
6 foot.
You're around 6 foot.
And he was just so self-conscious and like this and like, you know, like it all crumbled down if you insulted him. Like, he did have a bit of a, you know, complex going on.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't mind. I was all like, do you know what? You're cute and I like your personality.
I think it's always different though when it's kind of like man with man, whereas man with woman, where we've been kind of conditioned that like if you're a girl, you want a taller guy because like the size in a guy sometimes mirrors whether he can protect you or not, and it's kind of that instinctual kind of belief where it's like, if he's tall then he can fight my battles, if he's short what's he gonna do, because I can fight the guy for myself. I'll just be there like, you take a time out, I've got this.
John Cena's pretty short and he can fuck someone up.
Yeah, but I don't find John Cena attractive.
I do. I think he's a cutie.
I really just think, like, do you know when someone just has too much going on? I'm just there kind of like, you've got so much going on, it's just like a distraction. Plus, you've probably been hit in the face that many times. I'm pretty sure he's got like that Owen Wilson permanent broken nose kind of vibe going, and it's not cute.
He just looks like a jughead. He looks like he went to the army. Do you know what I mean? He looks like the poster boy.
He's very much like...
That might just be the hair.
I feel like sometimes when guys are all muscle, there's no real depth to them. So, like, I couldn't date, like, a pure gym boy. Like, what else do you talk about other than
The
gym
Rock,
and games?
He feel like he's got good stuff going on.
Okay, he is someone that has depth because, like, he does acting, he makes tequila. Like, he varies himself up. But your average Joe... right, that goes to the gym, let's say, your average guy that's on his protein powder, he's all about his games. Does he have a personality? I mean, no.
Nah, he don't.
They don't tend to, unless they're also into like a sport. But I want you to be more like cultured. Like, I really need
You
a
don't
guy
want-
that stimulates me.
You don't want a cube. You need like a hetero cyberdectron
Yeah,
with like 14 million sides.
give me like a nice decadahedron with like, you know, little spikes coming off.
Yeah.
Like, I need depth, and I think what comes in a perfect guy for me is someone that's quite well rounded. They're not just gym, like personality. Like, what do you like to do for fun? Oh, I'll go to the gym and like
Watch
TV,
YouTube, play some games.
yeah, like, oh, I'll go out with the lads, and it's like, get away from me.
That's why I rate weird guys, because they're just so interesting.
I do
mean-
rate them, but sometimes there's just too
Sometimes there's the weird ones which like weird bad.
weird. Yeah.
But like, say if you met a guy and he's just so into fucking trains, like that's, I mean, it's not weird, but like, do you know what I mean?
That's
like, it's
weird,
not.
but like it's
But like, it's kind of like, oh, he's got a hobby. He's doing something with it. Like, it's like, you know, he loves the trains.
But I'm allowed to say that the hobby is lame, right?
Oh, fuck yeah, of course it's lame. It's like if you met a guy and he's fucking collecting stamps, it's like, huh.
For what, honey? For what?
But you know that he's going to be a weird guy, or like, you know, not normal. And it's like, I rate that, because, you know, they have a bit more experiences. They've been slated all their life if they did like it. And like, so they have
They've got thick skin.
they've got that sense of, I think, humility that gym guys and like, you know, lads and all, like, you know, pretty boys don't have.
Yeah, I think I definitely need someone with that. I actually have a whole list of like my negotiables and my non-negotiables when it comes to men these days,
Yeah.
because I've wasted a lot of time
I know
with
you
a
have.
lot of guys.
I know you have.
We were actually listening to a snippet of the podcast from like a couple of months back, and I was talking about someone, and he was like, "Who's this?" And then I said a name, and then carried on listening, and it was an actual different name, and I was just there like, yeah, I've been through that much trash, I don't even know which trash I'm on about sometimes,
Yeah.
because I really wasn't picky enough, and sometimes I go for guys that scream red flags, but I'm still just there like, oh, but like, you could be different, and I'm like, they're usually not.
Yeah.
No.
I have a problem where I think I've been single all my life, and my expectations have got so high that like I don't think anyone's gonna match them.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having high standards, but I think
Standards are different. Expectations.
yeah, maybe expectations being a bit too high. You might want to get to know the person a bit first and then set your expectations. There's like the basic things you should expect, something like someone who's respectful towards you, someone who is understanding, someone who's kind.
Yeah.
But then there's certain expectations like text me good morning every morning without fail with a heart.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a bit like, what if like this person gets up at like 6 a.m. and they have to like go do XYZ and then go into work and then they just shoot you a hey later on? Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's kind of like you have to think about the person and their life and that kind of dynamic before you start putting certain expectations on them.
See, that's sort of thing. I can't even meet people because I've already have expectations in my head. I'm all like, if I'm going to meet someone, I'm not going to go in for half-ass. I'm going to go full on. I'm going to be intense. I'm going to be like, you know, and that's such a bad thing.
Yeah.
It is. And that's one of my downfalls. I'm like, I think I'm a bit too much of a romantic sometimes, you know what I
Aw.
mean?
But I think it's cute being a romantic, but you do have to try and find that balance.
Yeah, you got to try and, I feel like I need to lay off and like just be like, okay, this is casual. Like, the other person might not see it the way I do.
Yeah.
Just because I view relationships in such like a big way. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a big deal for me that like, there's no way I can't put it and blow it up and make it about an out the molehill.
You're
I
just there like, I
can't.
want to just love you. Can you just love me back? Excuse me.
Not even that. I mean, I just love someone. It's fine. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to not.
I think because of the environment that we're in, dating the way you date is very like difficult in terms of finding the right kind of person. Like, there are still people like you
Yeah.
who think of relationships in such a big way and such a big deal that for them, you know, they start on like, they lay on thick basically.
Yeah.
and that isn't like everyone's style. So what I tend to do is I kind of basically state out the kind of person I am to that person that I'm talking to, and just be there kind of like, you know, I'm like very chilled. I just like to see where things go, because obviously like I can't start planning a relationship with someone who I barely know, because I'm a very cautious person.
Yeah.
So for me, my approach is, let me just take this slowly and kind of see where it goes, and we'll move from like there once we get there. But I know other guys who've approached me in a similar way to you, where they've like laid it on factor 50 thick, and I'm just there like, get away, you're going to wear my skin, But that's just because of how I view relationships, and I'm very like laid back when it comes to really getting to know someone, because I don't want to keep on making the same mistakes.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's all about really like sometimes adapting yourself to the kind of environment that you're in without necessarily changing who you are. Like, relationships can still mean a lot to you, but just from the get-go, just be there like, you know, I'm looking for something that's like, you know, serious, something that's like real, something that's genuine, but without like scaring them off. Just being there kind of like, if that's something you think you know would be kind of looking for as well, then like I'd be happy to keep on talking to you. But obviously if you want something just casual, then best to leave me alone. And then that's how you kind of like set the precedent, where you can then be you without scaring the person, because you've kind of told them like, I'm crazy and want to be in love with you, so do you accept me for that or not? I genuinely think,
because I didn't have like the 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, like that gap where like teenagers just go crazy and they're like
hormones flying.
I didn't get the chance. I mean, I had the chance almost, but then I got fucked over.
Yeah.
Which, like, I feel like if that carried on like longer than it did, and I didn't break up in the same way, in the way that
most people do.
Yeah. Then I think I'd be in a much better place for relationships now. But I thinking about it, it's kind of like, do I not want a relationship, or can I not deal with relationships because that's just going to happen again? Like,
I think
because it happened again in uni, and I was like, oh, okay.
I think it's twice. Because like sometimes it's uncertain when you meet certain people, because obviously the people you interacted with weren't in a place in their lives where they could really accept what was going on.
Yeah.
So that was the hindrance in both those instances. But it's not a matter of like you should be afraid of relationships, because if you're single now and you've had relationships before, that just means none of them have worked.
I've not had a relationship, have I? Like a proper
Not like a proper, like, intense one.
The longest thing I've been out with was a guy for a month, and that was it.
But that's the thing, like, if we focus on this definition of, like, you have to be together for this long doing these things, then, you know, a lot of people may not also have been in relationships.
Yeah.
And what we have to understand is, like, the dating landscape has changed so much, the relationship landscape has changed so much. We're less traditional and more just going with what actually works for us. So even if you find yourself in another situation where it's kind of like, well, I guess it's situationships at the end of the day, but like you can warm yourself up to the idea of a relationship still without this, you know, feeling that, oh, everything's going to go wrong because the last 2 times didn't work out. Like, a lot of people would be, like, just single for the rest of their lives if they just stopped and they gave up. Yeah. Like, I know bare people who've been cheated on and shit like that, and they jump into next relationship. I'm just there, like, sometimes I'm just there, like, calm the fuck down.
I think it hurts a bit. Not to, like, you know, I'll play the wounded soldier, like, you know, my experiences are worse than yours kind of deal. But, like, it's such a big thing for when you do get into a point where you can get into a relationship with a guy, especially for them to be open. Like, way back when we were 12 and 13, like, I was the only out one in our school, other than Joe Bolden, but he did that later on.
Yeah, because for him it was more of a transitional, like, from bi to...
But, like, for a dude to, like, wanting to be in a relationship with me at that time, it was just such a big deal. But then, the way he broke up with me was, I was on holiday, and he sent me a message saying, okay, we're broken up, I don't want to be together anymore, which is fine. I was like, okay, I can deal with that. But I hear from my best friend Jake saying, yeah, this guy got with the girl that I wanted to today.
Yeah. It was a very, very messy situation where it was like a lot of things were done in a very incorrect manner.
Yeah.
And I think, of course, you get scarred by things like that because you did nothing wrong, but this person hurt you because they kind of led you to believe something, and then they kind of went back on it and made you question, you know, the authenticity of that whole kind of like
dynamic,
relationship that you had. So of course now when you approach other guys, you're just there kind of like, yeah, but are you authentic? Are you just gonna fuck me over like this?
That's a big thing in the gay community. Like, a lot of the gay community doesn't like bi people, like, and it's a thing. And that is a big reason why, because they want this validation that are you gonna switch halfway through? Like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like, I need a solid.
I think it is one of those where it's like, people like certainty, we like being assured, and the thing is, like, the only way a person can really assure you, I feel like, shouldn't have to be through orientation. It should just be through their actions. Obviously the actions of the person you dealt with were completely poor, but then again, we were only like, you know, 14, 15 at that stage, so very childish, it was handled in a childish manner.
Definitely.
And we have to think that a lot of people now have grown up, and when you get to a stage now when you deal with people, it isn't about their sexuality that should be reassuring you. You know, pansexual, bisexual, whatever. You should just be there kind of like,
trust me.
If the person reassures me, then that's what actually matters. So, like, I feel like you shouldn't be afraid, but I understand why you
I don't think I am anymore. Like, I love, if I see a bi person on Tinder, even if they're ugly mugglies, I'm quite right.
Ugly mugglies.
No, because if they match with me, then that means I'm like on the same level as a female. And let's just, okay, I'm putting this out now. Straight men are fucking they will fuck anything.
Yeah.
They will fuck anything. So if like a bi guy finds me on the same, like, if they're attracted to me and like on the same, that means I'm same level as female. So I'm like, yeah,
You're
I
just
gotta
like,
cash in on that, like, you know. Hell yeah.
I'm sexy. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it
Plus,
hurts.
even if I'm in a relationship with a bi guy, I'd actually like, not that I'd prefer it or like want it, but like I just think it'd be more interesting. Sorry, I keep having to like move my mouse. Oh, I'm gonna put the mouse up here. You just scudge it every time the screen goes off.
So I'm in charge of the mouse now. But yeah, bye guys.
But I like them because they're people that explore, and they're not afraid to like just try new things. You know what I mean?
I think I used to have a thing where I was afraid of bi guys as well, because it was like, yeah, but what if you want to leave me for like a guy? Like, what, man? Like, my ego can't take this. But I've gotten to that stage now where it comes to like, as long as like you reassure me that you want to be with me, you don't really want to like fuck off and go do other things, I'm very happy for you to have whatever orientation you hold. As long as like we is good, then that's all that really matters.
Exactly. Even if I was in a relationship with the bi guy and it came to the point where he's all like, okay, Jake,
I need some pussy now.
I need some pussy. I'd be like, okay, you need some pussy, you go get some pussy. But you come to me at the end of the night and you give me the girl beforehand just so I can check her out and be like, honey, you can do better than that.
I'ma screen this bitch.
I'd be like, no. If you are not if you're gonna have some pussy, you better be eating that Britney pussy.
You better be elite.
It better be elite 20 times million. No, I'm joking. They can do what they want as long as they confirm it. I feel like a lot of people like don't like cheating or like put that like cheating on, but as long as someone has the conversation about it beforehand, saying, okay. So, okay, let me ask you a question, Christine. If you was in a relationship with a guy and he had this, like, if you had, like, this weirdest fetish that you can't provide and you're just straight up not doing it, but it's, like, killing him on the inside.
Yeah.
And he's like, Christine, I just got to. Let me just do it once. Let me try and just, try it out. What would you say? I
think it's one of those, like, we have to really have the discussion, because sometimes doing it once, it's kind of, you scratch the itch and then it opens.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't have said doing it once. I thought that. I was like, okay, yeah.
But it's just about having the agreement. Like, I do understand why people get into open relationships, because it's kind of like saying, like, it's not you're not enough, but realistically, we as humans aren't even meant to really be with one person. Like, it's kind of like we've kind of been conditioned by, you know, society's rules and like things from like influences from the church and just kind of like, you know, wealth and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be very common for people to have more than one, like
concubines and all that lot.
you know, one partner. But now,
what's a concubine?
It's basically a woman just there to like give birth, basically.
Oh, I thought it meant just someone you have sex with.
Well, you have sex with her so she can, you know, be a concubine for your baby.
Oh, okay, I get it now. I get it. Sorry, I misread.
Yeah, so I totally understand why, like, you know, some people, it's kind of like, yeah, I love you emotionally because I've been told that that's something I should look for in my life, but I still want to have sex with different people.
If someone can physically, I can be in a physical open relationship. An emotional open relationship is a no.
Because I think once you break that boundary of just sex and you're letting that person into your life and your relationship, that's when it's like, okay, we might jump ship here, and that's not what an open relationship is intended to do. Like,
an open relationship is supposed to be
sex, physical, nothing more. Like, I could fuck you with a paper bag over your head,
literally, and
like, not trying to kill you, not a fetish, just to say, like, it's the bodily thing that we're doing, nothing more
emotional.
So, like, I totally get when people do opt for them. I don't judge them at all. Could I do it? Maybe. I haven't gotten to that stage in life where I've like been with someone for like 20 years and I'm like, rah, man, you don't hit it like you used to no more.
Because obviously we've put it that I put my relationships to the highest thing. Like, I want to be in love. I don't think if I was with the man of my love and man of my dreams, I don't think I would like to shackle him in a sexual way. Do you know what I mean? Like, because if he's with me, then like I feel like he's kind of shackled just to me. So that's why I'm kind of like, let's have an open, it's an open discussion, like, because sex is such a big part of our lives. It's so good and brilliant. Like, go out and explore. So even if I am in a relationship, I'll be like, okay, let's have an orgy. I'd love to try one. Yeah. When I'm in like a bit more body positive mode, like
you're like, look at me. Come
I'd love to try one, just because I'm all like. No offense to straight people, Christine, but
straight people are trash.
It's not even that. It's just
they are.
Like, especially, I view people as like modern people.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of a word.
Boomers.
Well, not just boomers, because there are peeps that are our age that have the same tendency.
So more
as
like traditional
and modern. So like a traditional person, like I've seen it for like throughout my life that like they'll be in their 1-2 relationship.
Yeah. And
then either like sex won't be satisfactory or like something's not going right, and like they're just so afraid to break that norm.
Yeah.
That it will ruin their relationship, and I just don't want that at all.
I totally understand what you mean, because sometimes being confined into the normalcy of things does kind of like makes you feel some type of way. You're just there kind of like, I'm not happy in this current situation and how things are currently going here, but also at the same time I don't know what I'm allowed to do about it. And when you don't do anything, it just gets worse. And if you do something that's not been discussed, then obviously that can make things worse as well.
And it just builds up, don't it?
It's about just coming together and being there like, what's a solution we can have? And I think it's this idea of, in relationships, there's this like ownership kind of given to like, I own you, you own me.
Yeah.
But I don't want that in a relationship. I want to be, I own me, you own you. And together we come together to make this unit where it's kind of like, yeah, we're in love, we do things together. However, if we do hit that stage in life where I don't feel like we as a unit are really doing what we're meant to be doing as a unit, then maybe we might need to shake things up as individuals in order to like move forward from it.
Yeah.
If that means we have a threesome, we do that. If it means we start an open relationship, we do that.
I've got a friend.
It's about trying.
Yeah, it's about breaking.
Different
It's about breaking that traditional norm.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of relationship would work better if they broke this traditional norm of what they expected of them, and they just go out and try something new. Like one of my best friends, like, she is a kinky bitch. I'm just gonna put that out. She's a kinky bitch. She loves all this and that, and she, for the love of her life, really wants to go out and explore this sexual... Oh, it is working, don't worry. Sorry, Christine's just juggling the mouse. She wants to go out for her life and explore her sexual side and, like, release the beast. Because sex is such a big thing for her. She loves it. It's one of her favourite things in the world.
Yes, queen.
And she's currently in a relationship with one of my favourite people in the world. Like, I love him to bits. He is a 10 out of 10 guy. Like, I ain't got a bad word to say about the bloke. But, like, I know for a fact that he's not bringing that dragon, that dragon that my friend wants in the sexual department. And she's asked him before. She's like, should we have a threesome? Should we have this and that? And to me, in my head, I'm like racking. I'm like, aren't straight guys supposed to be like, oh yeah, bitch? Because she's like,
straight guys are actually more insecure than we thought.
Exactly. That's why I came to this point. I was like, oh, he must have something wrong. Because like, you think about it, and you're like, oh, straight guys love threes, because she's all like, let's just get a girl involved. We're not going to get a boy, we'll get a girl. Two girls and me, let's do it. And I think he was a bit like, yeah, as you said, like a bit more insecure than I thought, and like he has this, barrier up or something like that. But like, I feel like the relationship would work. Not to me, I shouldn't be commenting on the relationship, obviously. No. It's not my place to say. But it's kind
of like an observation where you're just there kind of like, a solution has been kind of brought to the table, but it hasn't been taken up. So, of course, that will affect the relationship moving forward.
Yeah.
Because there's something one party in the relationship isn't getting that they do want. So, obviously, it's not saying that the whole relationship's going to fall apart.
Oh, it's definitely not.
But there's just going to be, like, some level of dissatisfaction. Yeah. And sometimes it's like, why live in misery just for the sake of
it's not misery.
Norm?
I think I'm making it out to be a bit bigger.
But like,
than
not misery, but like, why not be completely fulfilled
Yeah.
for the sake of a traditional norm?
Exactly.
And it's kind of like, we owe ourselves, like,
more.
Yeah, we owe ourselves like just these little extra things that will make us feel better, because this society doesn't really care for us. For us, we're just another stopgap in the, breeding of the next generation, if the planet even survives. So it's not like this society pays attention to what you're doing in that sense, where it's like, oh my god, you had a threesome, you're so this and that, and history's going to remember you, someone who had a... No. Like, generally, no one's going to remember.
But then I think to myself, I'm more like, am I just slating people that just want that 1-2 relationship and want that vanilla and want that, like, niceness?
If people want it, then that's fine. But it's like, it feels sometimes like we do just settle.
Yeah.
For just the 1-2, because we've been told the 1-2 is normal, the 1-2 is good. But it's the idea of everything else outside of that 1-2 is bad. We're just trying to say it's not bad. There is nothing wrong with scratching your different itches. There's nothing wrong with saying, as much as I enjoy this, I want more.
Yeah.
And that's all we're just saying. We're just saying, like, there's nothing wrong with outside of vanilla.
I think it's because I get a bit like, I'm a people pleaser. So I'm more like, I need to please all sides.
No. But pleasing all sides. Please yourself.
Yeah. I don't know. Relationships are weird.
It's just,
I need to explore a bit more. And I'm like, I keep thinking, like, Jake, this is your prime. And you've already wasted 3 years of it, man.
I think you just need to really just start talking to more people, like genuinely like getting down to the nitty-gritty and talking and really exploring who you are through kind of interacting with other people.
I think my not having a job is a big barrier for me in that way.
Yeah.
Because like, to me, I'm like, Jake, you have to put on, because I got pressure from my family and like pressure from the norm. I mean, it is the norm to have a job.
Yeah.
But like, to me, in my head, I'm like, okay, Jake, I imagine it like I'm at a buffet, and I'm more like, everyone else is sitting down, they're trying out over all these things, and so like all these things are like different like experiences in life, and I haven't got my money from a buffet, so I can't go out and experience these things until I get that money. And that money to me is the job.
Yeah.
And it is understandable, and that's like, I really need a job.
No, I totally get what you mean. Like, you know, even though like I was dating a couple of months ago and I didn't have a job, but now I have a part-time job, I'm at that stage where it's like, I still don't want to date because I know I want to be in a certain place where I can easily sample everything at this buffet without having to worry, like, oh, did I actually bring my purse to the buffet kind of thing. So, like, sometimes it's like there's other barriers that get in the way of you being able to really open up yourself and really talk to someone because you're not quite at the stage you want to be in your life. So that's totally fine.
That is a big one. I'm like, if I'm on Tinder and like, oh, so what do you do for a living? I'm kind of like, oh, I'm in between jobs. And to me, in my head, I'm like, oh, you shouldn't say that. You should like make up something or like da-da-da. Just because I'm like, people don't want to hear that you don't have a job.
I totally get that, but also like, you know, if the right person, you know, is out there, then sometimes what you are currently doing isn't the biggest bother to them. It's just a matter of like having that person that's understanding to say like, oh, okay, you're not at the place you want to currently be in life. That's all right. I've been there myself. Or even if they haven't been there, they just still kind of understand. I think that's always nicer. So I don't ever feel like you ever have to lie, because in my head, the perfect person that you'll end up with doesn't really matter. Doesn't really care. Yeah, it's like the Dr. Seuss quote where it's like, do what you want in your life. Those who don't mind matter. Those who don't. It's like those who don't.
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, it's something like those who don't matter mind, and those who mind don't matter. Wait, those who don't mind matter, and those who
matter don't mind.
Yeah.
Something Zeusy boy.
Yeah, it's something about people who mind, they don't matter, but people who don't mind, they matter. So yeah, that's the general gist of it. But like, I understand. Unfortunately, it is an obstacle.
It is. It's a big one.
However, the perfect guy will bring out the best in you.
Exactly. That's what I think. To me, that's just relationship, you know.
Yeah.
Just bringing out the best in other persons.
I do kind of miss that feeling, I'm not going to lie. Like, having someone that actually brings out the best in me. Like, I enjoy bringing out the best in me, but sometimes it's just nice to have someone, you know, help you along as well.
Yeah. I think I'm excited. It excites me more than anything. It's like my most like big thing is getting in a relationship, and that's my most exciting thing in my life that I'm looking forward to. But I think I'm almost excited to, because when I'm in a relationship, I think I'll treat it as like, not to tier list my friends, but like they will be
number one
more than anyone, more than my family, more than anything. Just because. More than Christine. Definitely more than Christine. Who is this bitch?
My heart is breaking right now. Ugh. Help.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I totally get what you mean, because it's like, it's that new best friend kind of thing.
The best. The 10 out of 10. The person who knows you more than anyone. I think that's another big thing for me. Like, I want someone to know me, because I am a bit closed off, I think, from times. And I don't mean it. Because, like, I think back in the day I was such an open bean, but I think some things happened in university and I've, like, kind of, you know, closed myself off a bit. And I think if I do get into that relationship with the best friend, then they'll draw me out of my, you know...
Your shell.
My shell.
And just kind of, like, you can just be you, be comfortable. Yeah. And that's basically what you do look for in a relationship, because you want that person to kind of be there, like... They're your number one, they're your go-to. They're the first person you want to tell when something amazing happened. They're the first person you go to cry to when something awful happened. And they're kind of just like, they are there as like a support system, as a lover, as a friend, as family. They basically become all that tied into one. No pressure, obviously. But, you know, without like putting the pressure on, but it's kind of like, that's the new role that they're playing in your life kind of thing. And obviously you do the same for them, like you also play that role for them. So I definitely understand that, like needing that, wanting that. you know.
Getting excited about it. I'm excited. It makes me happy.
That's good though. You're excited about love. I'm still
always
here
excited
like
about it. Why are you excited? Okay, let's bring this up. Why aren't you excited about love? Are you not excited to? Do you think once you get in that relationship that like, it's kind of like you telling yourself, okay, so all the things that you wanted to do, like your writing and all your personal, your traveling, that kind of goes out the window because you in different. It changes your dynamic of your life.
I think in part yes, because in my last relationship I felt myself kind of changing, but not like changing drastically, but not doing some of the things I'd do because this person might not like it. But I'm like, what the fuck? I don't care if you don't like it. I should be able to still be me, like be authentically myself, as long as I'm being respectful, and it shouldn't really be a big deal. And I think I'm just kind of scared of like having to consult someone every time I want to do things, because typically in a relationship, because it's like a partnership dynamic, if I want to just go for like 3 days out in Spain, just like, do you know what, I'm bored, I want to go to Spain for 3 days, catch some sun, this and that, it's like I then have to be there like, I want to go to Spain for 3 days, how do you feel about that? And they can either be like, yeah, that's cool, go, or like, but like I kind of like want you around. It's like,
what if they said, can I come with you?
Yeah, they can come with me, but like I've got like things I want to do.
Exactly.
So like, don't fuck up my schedule. I think I'm just like, I want to just be really selfish at the moment.
That's
therefore I don't really have room in my heart to be like in love and like really take someone in until I get some of this selfishness out, because I want to just like look out for my number one, which is me. And so like if I have someone, then it's kind of like I might want to do something, they might want to come along, or like they might not want me to go, or like they could be cool with it, which is great, but at the same time it's just having to do that constant checking in, that constant merging your life with someone where they're kind of like in the know all the time.
A lot of people don't think about it, but you do lose some of your identity when you get in a relationship, and it's like, it's inevitable. I don't think there's a way to not have it.
No, there really isn't.
But you do lose some of yourself when you get into, because you are basically giving up your individuality, not like in a world sense, but like in a,
it's like in a, I navigate this space as just me.
Yeah, but then when you're in a relationship, you navigate your space with someone else.
Yeah. So all the different things that you like to do, or the places that you go, there's the possibility of this person also coming along with you, and you together represent this unit of like a relationship. And of course there's also like outside pressures from other people. I think that's another thing I don't like about relationships, because it's kind of like, it may just be you two, but it's not just you two, it's you and their friends,
and their
them
family.
Your friends, your family, their family, and even like comments from strangers, which, you know, shouldn't be welcome. But they just seep in because everyone for some reason has an opinion on this event that's going on the little things that happen. If you do something to piss them off, they tell their best friend. Now their best friend giving you dirty looks for like 2 weeks, and you're just there like, if you got a fucking problem, say it. I'll fight you, man. I'll fight you. But then they're just there like, why don't you like my friends? It's like, why don't your friends like me? And then it's a problem. And I think in a perfect world, these things aren't problems. But if we're thinking realistically, if you do something bad to me, I'm going to tell my friends. And of course, my friends, because they ride so hard for me, they're going to bloody hate you for like... And my friends can hold grudges.
To be fair, I get that. Like, the amount of times people have rallied, like, it's kind of like a war. Like, they will rally their soldiers.
So, it's one of those ones where it's like, my friends hold grudges. Is it that every time we get into a fight, I don't tell them because I know they're going to hate you for like 5 months?
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I'm always just there like, it's not something that I'm looking for at the moment. Until like my friends calm down with their grudges, I'm gonna have to like, I'm gonna have to leave it out for a bit.
I don't remember your ex. I don't think I ever met him. You was going out for like a year or two, weren't you?
Yeah, like a year and 9 months or something like that.
I never met him once.
You were meant to meet him, I think. I can't remember when.
The one time I meant to meet him, that unfortunate thing happened with his family.
Oh, yeah.
We just... Obviously, that's outside things happening. I don't think... would I have liked him?
I think you guys would have gotten along. I think, like...
It's very hard for me not to get on with someone.
Yeah. I think most people found him, like, generally agreeable, but
Yeah.
it was just, like... Just differences in personality, really. Just couldn't really
Happens. But the thing is...
be a couple.
You enjoyed your 1 year and 9 months, did you?
Yeah, most of it.
Just, that's it. A lot of people will take bad... Or, like, a breakup as such a negative thing. When, like, if you think of it as, like, a... Oh, I just enjoyed myself for the past... year and a bit, and
But
now
then,
it's
yeah.
over. It's like going to Disneyland, enjoying yourself for a couple of days, and then coming back. You're not going to be like, oh, Disneyland, oh, oh.
It gave me some of the best 3 days of my life, and now I could never have it again.
You should. What you should do is like, be like, okay, snap. Let's try and save up and book the next Disneyland trip. That's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And maybe when you go to that Disneyland trip, it works out and you're an annual pass holder. Like, you know, it might work out.
Yeah, I think it just depends, like... I don't think having that relationship is the reason why I don't want another relationship. I think I just do want that time to be selfish
Oh,
and
yeah.
just be free in that sense of nothing I do, I have to consult anyone about it. Like, if I wanted to go on holiday tomorrow,
You
all
could.
I have to do is just say, Mum, Dad, I'm going on holiday, bye. That's all. No other conversations
Yeah.
need to be had. I don't have to be there like, oh, I'm going on holiday, do you want to come? Or like, is it okay?
Yeah.
I can just go. I can just be. And it's like the little things that I just want to enjoy for a little while. And just like the pressure to like talk to someone every day and things like that.
It's like when people get a child, I don't think they think about that kind of stuff, right? So like,
I'm definitely
There-
going to do all the selfish
there
things
I-
before I have a child.
yeah, literally. Like, I feel like a person has their full identity when they're single.
Yeah.
And then when they get with someone, a bit gets ripped away, obviously. They can
Yeah.
get it back when they get single, but, you know, kind of like one of them wounds that will never heal, but are still, you know, healed.
Yeah.
But when they have a child, that's like half of their identity gone. Like, I feel like, not to slate parents, but like, so much you give. That's why your identity goes, because you give yourself to this child.
Yeah, especially since they're like very codependent for like the first God knows how many years of their life. It's like when they first start off, they're basically like a parasite. They cling to you, don't they?
Literally.
They're cute, but oh my God, like I want children. Like I want like 4, but also at the same time, I'm like, I'm just gonna be there. Like, oh my God, these blood-sucking
Because your
monsters.
life becomes their life becomes your life.
Yeah, you live to make sure they survive.
Yeah.
That's basically your new job. Keep this thing alive until it turns 18 and I can get rid of it.
Or from our age, we'll just stay in the house until like 30.
It's just gonna stay
To
with
be
you.
fair though, is that a modern thing? Because like only 2 of our friends are like moved out.
Well, it's because, right, boomers, they
Houses.
ruined the housing market for us.
Yeah.
We can't buy houses because they all cost so
Jake,
bloody
when you
much.
got a house, I got my house at your age.
Yeah,
Dad,
for $3,000, 3K. Okay.
Now it's like 250,000, and then my mum and dad are like, I'm like, okay, I want to rent. I love renting. Renting gives me freedom to move if I want to move. I'm not closed down for the next 40 years of my life.
Yeah.
And they're like, but then you can sell it when she's like paid it off and then move somewhere better. I'm like, I can move somewhere better now. It's just I can just
Yeah.
whoop.
I think
I
it's
love
just that
renting.
security of like having a home that can't be just like easily taken away from you. That's why people want to buy houses.
I want to build a house.
Oh, nice.
That's what another. Okay, I didn't say I had much like expectations, but one of them are, I want to build a house with someone. I want to build the perfect house with someone. I want to get a big patch of land in America because the land's cheap and massive.
Yeah.
And I just want to build a house. I want to try and I want to have like a hidden bookcase room and like, you know, the spiral staircase.
Yeah.
I don't. That's a bit idealistic of me, but
It's very cute.
exactly.
I like the
I'd
idea.
love to build a house.
I think that's like something that would be like quite monumental in a relationship because you're basically building a foundation. like literally building a
Literally.
foundation of like, this is our home together. This is where, you know, we'll host dinners with our friends, have our birthday parties,
Masquerades.
you know, have, you
With
know,
sex balls. Yeah,
I was going to say invite the godchildren over, but oh my god. If we're having a sex ball in your house, I'm not bringing my kids over.
I'd actually make a sex room. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, there'd just be like so many things you can just like do together. And like, I think when you build a house, it's kind of like you're putting your two personalities together and making something that's for both of you.
And it's something to do together. Oh, tell me, Christine.
How are these straight couples who are like early 20s, they just moved into like a council house, they've got a small child, what are they doing together other than sitting down, making dinner and watching
Raising a
Netflix?
child.
That's it.
They're raising
And they-
a child.
And people are wondering why like single parent households are so like prevalent nowadays. It's because
Yeah, I think there is more focus on getting the relationship or getting those boxes ticked than there is on actually making the relationships work.
yeah.
So it's a matter of like, I want to be compatible with someone when I do find someone, because I want to be able to do things with them. A problem in my last relationship was it was always hard to do things with my ex because we liked doing different things, and sometimes doing the things he wanted to felt like punishment. I'm pretty sure he felt the same about some of the things I wanted to do. There were a few things we could do, but I feel like when it's just that staggered and you're that stressed in like a certain environment, it really just doesn't work. So like, you need to have things in common with the person so you know what to do. And like, I don't
what
suggest
do they
building
do?
houses together all the time.
Oh no, I know.
'Cause
I
that's
mean, you can't,
stress-
unless you're like
that's stress.
Amish or something. Like, you know, allow it. You know,
Yeah,
they like
'cause-
building houses.
I don't know. I think people get into that rut of just kind of like, they watch stuff together. They, you know, sometimes
I
go
mean,
for
I would love
dinner
to do
together.
that. And
But, like,
obviously,
I
I've
think
not
you
been in a
need someone where
relationship.
you like, you're still able to just really date them.
yeah.
Yeah, because like, I know some people now like to do date nights with their partners, but like, they do varied date nights where it's kind of like, you know, 1 week we're mini golfing, the next week we're hiking, 1 week, you know, we're just staying in something nice and chill, the next week we're doing tie-dye. Because I think when you open yourself up to doing a lot of different things with the person that you're with, you're able to like really keep things more exciting and more fresh. I think
Because
it's about having depth.
it's
Excuse me.
sorry, each experience that you go through, no matter how different, is kind of like you see a new side of them,
Yeah.
and you see them in like a new dynamic.
It's about like doing things that help you grow together and kind of really get to experience each other in different modicums.
Yeah.
And I think because people tend to experience one another in a very linear way, it really kind of like, that's the reason why the relationship is flat, because it's just a line. It's just a line. Your whole relationship is just a line. That's why it's boring. That's why you guys end up leaving one another.
Yeah.
That's why you end up cheating on one another, because you don't really do things to accommodate for one another. And I know some people, they do try and it still just doesn't work, but that's just because you're not the right people for
Yeah,
one
sometimes
another.
it's not competitive, and I think that's the sad thing. I hate when that happens, because like, you'll see someone put their like literal heart and soul into it, and
And
it's
then
like,
not today, not today.
and it's so sad.
It is sad, but I think that is just the reality of things where, you know, the end of relationship isn't a death sentence, you know. It is just kind of like, actually, this is a new chapter. It's chapter you
Yeah.
and whatever you want to kind of bring to it.
Yeah. I view life, I can't remember where I heard this, but I like viewing life as like a train.
Yeah,
Like, your starting place, and you got your ending place, which is your death.
yeah,
And on your train, there's loads of stops along the way, and each stop's like an event. And then people will get on the train.
yeah.
Like, say it was in primary school, all the primary school friends, they're all
on the
they're
train.
all on that train. But as soon as you get to secondary school, some of them
they
are coming
hopping
off, some of them are hopping off, some of them are staying on
Yeah.
for the journey. And then when it comes to relationships, I feel like when you're in and you do have that your significant other, they kind of become the driver. Like the train, you know, they're with you until the end, maybe.
Yeah, they're like the conductor.
They're like or like the
yeah.
people that come out and like tickets, please, and they're like, ah, you know the guys.
Yeah, they're policing everyone that's coming in and out of your life now. They're like, you don't have a ticket. Sorry, ma'am, you're gonna have to get off the train at the next stop. Thank you.
Literally.
Or you can buy a ticket if you want. And they're like, no.
I view friendships like that as well. Like I've had a few friendships that just haven't worked, and like I'm more like, you came into my life. You was on the train. Something's happened. You had to get off, and I've kind of accepted that because I'm more like, sometimes relationships and friendships can't last.
No,
they can't.
They're not meant to.
They're not meant to, and you've got to come to the point where you have to just accept that people are gonna get off the train.
And that's fine.
That is fine, and it is 200%
Because new
fine.
people will get on the train.
New people get on the train, and it will hurt. It will hurt if you bring. Say if you're one of your primary school friends was an amazing artist, and he was painting up the train, and he left a good mark on you.
It was a great mark. We love the
We
carriage.
loved the carriage.
The carriage looks amazing because of how great an artist he was.
But
He got
he
off
had
the
to
train.
get off the train.
And now I'm like, shit.
And people, you have the option. You have the option. Do you be sad that this guy is no longer on your train, or do you be happy that he's left such an amazing mark?
I think it's one of those where it's like, it's okay to actually be sad and
Yeah.
let the sadness out, but we don't focus on the sadness. We then focus on like the positive aspect
Yeah.
that they left. They're like, but do you know what? They're gone, but that painting is
That
still
painting is
sick.
so good.
And I love it.
Yeah.
So every time I look at it, I'm reminded of how great that was,
Yeah.
rather than how painful the separation was. Because it's like, if we focus on the pain, then we're just going to live in pain,
Yeah.
and that's not nice. So let's think about the good. And I think that's the same thing with relationships, like you're trying to say, where it's like, yeah, it didn't work out, you know. However, there's still like really good impressions that they've left within my life that I
Yeah.
can look towards and be there like, that's great. And I feel like, you know, the ending of a relationship doesn't have to be like sadness. It can be just a celebration, because it's like,
It's not going to halt
this
your
is-
train.
No, train
Train's
keeps on
going to
moving,
keep going.
and you can just be there crying for the rest of the journey, or be there like, let's party.
Yeah.
New people are coming on
Come
the
on,
train.
open the doors,
and
honey,
let's
open the doors.
go.
But when then people come on without the ticket and they force themselves into your life, and you're like, sorry.
You're getting off at the next stop, Penny. Next stop, you are getting off. Oh, I've got some people in my life that need to get off the fucking train.
I love that analogy. I think that's one of my favourite analogies for life.
I like it too.
It's such a cute, and it works. I don't think it's like,
No, there's
It's a
nothing in it
simple-
that I'm thinking like, oh, but that doesn't quite work. Because I'm like, if they ain't got tickets, they can still get on, but then you can always kick them off.
yeah.
And like, they could squat, but then you can get the police, which is mum and dad.
Yeah.
Mum, dad, get them off my train. Just they're like the other conductor that's there, and like, no,
Sorry.
no. The older, more experienced conductor that's just there, like, I don't tolerate this bullshit. Like, not today, son. Not today.
Oh, I love it. I love. I always think about that analogy.
Yeah. I think what's customary, I think when any relationship ends, you need to celebrate.
Yeah.
Just go out, celebrate,
Mm.
do something to just like mark how great it was, but also how great the next chapter is gonna be. I like celebrating beginnings.
Unless it was like one of them fuck over relationships, because I feel like you need to.
Yeah, with that one we can celebrate that it's over.
Yes.
But either way, we need to end these things with celebrations. Celebrate that we've now got a new lease of life, a new direction we can go in,
Yeah.
a blank canvas to go, kind of like an empty carriage,
Yeah.
ready to fill again.
It's like a relationship. The person came on the train. You was in a relationship with them, and they brought luggage with them,
Yeah,
and they've left the train now, but they forgot their luggage.
we need to
You need to somehow
chuck that
get that
luggage
luggage
out.
off. Unless you like the luggage, unless it's like some new Gucci slides, you know. We'll take the luggage, but if it's stuff luggage that isn't good, you need to find
Emotional luggage, we're getting that off.
We need the best way to try and get that off.
We chuck it out the window. We just smashed the whole goddamn window, damaged the carriage for a little bit, but we can fix it.
We can fix it. It's fine.
But we're getting that
Yeah.
out. Bad juju. Bad vibes.
Bad juju.
We don't do bad vibes. Like, 2020 is the year I've told myself as well, like, if a guy's bad vibes, nah.
No.
You can't be bad vibes.
No.
You
You're
can
having
tell.
a metal detector before your training.
I'll be like,
did it bad vibe checker?
nah. You cannot enter the train, sorry. Nah. But no.
Relationships are weird.
They really are.
It's like how like our being is built off our relationships with others.
Yeah, that's like the human connection, you know? Which is so weird because
Do you think
it's
that's
like...
what separates us from animals? Not saying animals don't have that kind of connection, but like...
I've seen those lions on David Attenborough. They fucking checkmate. What are you on about? Connection.
Connection.
To be fair, penguins are hella cute when it comes to their connection.
They are.
I think they're like humans, but they don't speak English or any other languages. Like they speak bird. They speak penguin.
Have you seen the elephants think of like us as we think of dogs?
Do they?
Apparently. So like they think we're like
cute. I'd be an elephant.
I'd be like,
pet. I'd be like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to sit? I'll fucking sit for you. I'd so love to be an elephant's pet.
it's just so adorable.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love animals. I really want a dog.
I really want a turtle again. I miss my
tortoise
turtles.
is hibernated, otherwise I'd come bring him up.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he hibernates for like 8 months a year.
Jesus Christ, it's like, can you wake up please? Christina's around.
It's like, Max, you're getting old. He's like 56 now,
Is he?
57. 58,
Oh,
maybe?
when I was in Cuba, there was a tortoise called Fidelina.
Oh. Fidelina.
She was so cute. She just like, all she'd do all day, she'd like, because she was in a garden, so she'd walk up to the gate and then walk back from the gate. That's all she'd do in a day.
That's what Max does. Oh, those are so adorable.
Yeah, next time, like, wake him up. Like, Christine's coming over. Can you wake up? Give her a show, please.
Max's time.
Like, come on. Or if you, like, make the house really hot, so he'll think, like, it's summer again, and then he'll be like...
He'll go out in the cold. Oh, he's a thick bitch.
Is he alright?
He's all good. I mean, he's cold-blooded, but you know what? He don't mind.
He don't mind. He's like... He tough mind.
He
tough
burrows.
mind.
He's like a mole.
Is he?
Yeah, he
You
burrows
have a weird
holes.
tortoise.
Oh, he is weird. He hibernated in a bonfire, and then all his shell got burnt, and then like I think we adopted him. I don't remember when, but we did.
Yeah. That's what I want. I want like a shell animal because they're just so like slow, but they're so cute and like
Sloths.
they'd be so much fun. I wonder if like you could just have it like hanging off you all day.
They apparently if they let them hug you and like they hang off you.
Yeah.
And you let them leave them for like 15 minutes, they'll fall asleep on you for like 2 hours. So
Now
you're
I
just
wanna
there,
cry.
And it's just like you've got like a designer sloth scarf.
See, we don't need relationship. We just need some
Sloths.
animals to just like make us feel good.
Let's talk about that. Replacing relationships with an animal. Because I've known people who have been really lonely and they've got a dog and they are better. And it is kind of like...
It's a cure
It
in
is a
terms
cure.
of loneliness because it's having a companion.
Yeah.
It's just not a romantic one. And I feel like...
Unless for them kinky... Oh,
Oh,
gee,
please
we
don't
ain't
be.
gonna-
Please
we're
don't
gonna-
be.
Have you seen that one thing with that woman marries the roller coaster?
No, but
She marries a roller coaster.
but everyone gets a ride. That's community dick now. Why you want to marry community dick? Bitches
then
stay tripping.
There's
I swear.
that one man that married the gay car. And there was the one guy
How do you
who
know the
married
car is gay?
inflatables. Oh, fuck knows. He tried to explain it. I was like, I'm not having any of your shit, mate.
Okay.
But yeah, not relationships with animals, but like having an animal as a pal.
I think it's good because if you're not looking for a romantic relationship or aren't in a space where you can have one, it's nice having that kind of alternative where it's like, this is my companion. My companion makes me feel good.
Would you get a doggo to like travel with you?
Doggos are really hard to travel with.
Yeah, but like, would you have a perfect animal companion? Say if it was like Harry Potter times, you could have an owl that just like overlooked you and like just chilled with you.
Yeah,
and
that'd be
chill with
cool.
you.
Like, as long as I can still do me and like remember to feed it, because
Yeah.
like, rah. If I'm going out and doing the most, I can't guarantee I'm gonna come back and be there like, you hungry? I'd probably overfeed it.
Yeah.
I'd just be there like, oh, do you want a chicken nugget? And it's like, Christine, they can't eat chicken nuggets. I'm like, that's lame.
Bless them.
And then I get sad that they can't eat chicken nuggets Because I'm a spaz when I'm drunk.
Sorry, someone's knocking on the door. They've been doing something, I don't know what they've been making, but they've been making mess. They've been making something.
No. But I think, like, animals, like, they're nice fits for a life where you just want something else around to kind of, like, keep the company.
Yeah.
And as long as you're willing to, like, take care of it the way you should properly, and you are capable of doing it, then that's totally fine. And then later on, when you do meet someone amazing, they'll be like, "Oh my god, you've got such a cool turtle."
I want
and
a
I'll be
rat.
like, "Thanks." To be fair, rats can be really
Rats are
cute.
cute.
Like, get the right type of rat. It's
Oh
like,
my
yeah.
God, they're so cute. Little mouses. Oh.
Oh.
I don't know why people are scared of them. They're literally
Do you know what's really
adorable.
cute? A squawker.
A squawker? What's
Yeah,
that?
so basically it has like really large ears, and it's kind of got like a gerbily kind of like nose and like hand. So like,
Squawker, that.
no, so like it's like SQUOKA, I think.
Squawker. Squawker? I mean,
Type in animal next to it.
um,
I don't know how you spell it.
that's a druggle. A quawker.
Quawker.
Oh,
that,
yeah,
a
yeah,
quawker.
I've seen these. They
They're
look like
so
gummy
adorable.
bears. They look like gummy
It's kind of like a
bears.
mix of a koala, but like also like a little beaver.
Yeah.
They're just like so fucking weirdly cute. I'm like, a little quirky quawker.
They're like, they're smiling.
Like, look how cute they are.
They're fucking.
You remind me of like a squirrel, koala, bear, and not that one. That one's angry. Why is it angry?
Oh, bless them. They're adorable.
But yeah, they're really cute animals.
Oh, rodents are adorable.
Yeah. So what are you doing this Valentine's Day?
I actually don't know. I might buy myself a bag of chips.
Oh, nice.
I enjoy that.
I might get myself some Lindt chocolate because I love Lindt chocolate.
What I've been eating recently? Oh, just anything, just carbs.
Just carbs. To
Thing
be
is,
fair,
I don't
like
eat chocolate and I don't eat sweets and I don't drink soda, but I just gain weight because I just
carbs.
carbs.
You just said like carbo loading.
Mm.
That's why you need to gym gains.
Well, when I went to the gym, I enjoyed myself. It's just that I'd quit that job because I just could not handle it,
Yeah.
and it was a very intense job.
And also like fuck the law, ain't it?
Yeah, and they weren't paying me enough for what I was doing.
Yeah. I think sometimes that's just how it goes, and it's like, this is so not cool.
Yeah,
This is so not cool.
this is just not cool. Oh, I love it. Yeah.
I think that's us for the week.
Is that us for the week?
Yeah.
I feel like we went hard today.
We've really brought it to you. The train analogy hit home.
Yeah, that's our thing now. Train analogy. Anytime like we need to talk about relationships, we go, okay, we're bringing this to the train analogy. What's the train got to say?
So I was in my carriage the other day, and guess who decides to hop in?
Sean Queesh.
It's like, you betcha. And guess what this fool had to say? I kicked you off the train.
Except she didn't have a ticket.
Came back on. And I was like, excuse you, I'm calling the police.
And she was going around everyone else and she was like, oh, have you got a ticket? I need a ticket. And it's like,
No.
Sean Queesh, go away.
Sis, go away. You got kicked off the train for a reason. Stay off.
Stay off this train.
That's a wild thing about trains as well. Like, you could steady kick someone off at a stop, but then they'll drive to a different stop and
No,
get back on.
Get back on.
And you'll be like, did I
Bruh.
not just... But did you... When I said... Nah. Rudeness, I swear. But that's life, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. I hope you've
train
enjoyed
analogy.
us talking about trains.
And relationships. What are we doing next week? Should we give him a little teaser?
Oh. I'd have to check what we're actually
Christine's
doing.
got a list of what she wants to talk about. And I feel like we've put it off.
Yeah, I think we were just kind of like... We're still just trying to find our flow with it, you know.
I do like that we do talk about love and relationships. And the thing is, it's been 4 episodes now, and we've not run out of things to say.
Oh, and trust me, there's so much more. If I shared everything, you'd just be there like, this girl is actually crazy. Why does she keep on trying? If I told you all my stories, you'd just be there like, ah. Okay, so I think next week we're going to be talking about a healthy relationship with our own bodies and kind of
Ooh,
like
that's a biggie.
looking at women's and men's health
Yeah.
when it comes to the sexuality department and
Yeah.
all things like that.
That's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, and also it'd be good to like dabble into things like body image and whatnot.
Because if I'm the conductor on my train and the train is my body, honey, I don't know what I'm fucking pressing these buttons, but something's working. We've got a complicated relationship. I press like the button to open the window, and some reason we're going forward. Like, there's.
So yeah, I feel like it'll be really good to kind of dabble into how we feel with our health and
Yeah.
like our bodies and how that kind of all connects.
I feel like we should get a guest, but I don't know who we could bring on.
I don't know. We'll think about it. Like, if you guys are lucky, we might have a guest. We'll peruse our different friends and see who's kind of like
Not even that. I feel
best
like.
for it.
Oh yeah, obviously we could get friends on, but like if we really put like our mind to it, we could get like a thing,
A thing?
a guest,
A
a guest
thing?
guest. Even if it's just like, I don't know, the local librarian.
Just say like, so sis, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
But yeah, it'll be nice to maybe get an extra opinion about that. That isn't just us, because we mainly talk from experience.
Exactly.
Like, we know facts, but also like it's mainly just experience.
I don't know facts. You know facts.
Yeah, I know facts.
I know the train.
Not gonna lie. That's the joy of being a girl, and you have to go to the doctor for like a million different things to do with your ovaries because they are shit. That's the tea.
That's the tea.
Ovaries are shit.
They're just like egg sacs.
Did you just tell me they are just like egg sacs?
They're like just like two weird egg sacs. It's like you know when spiders give birth and they put them like egg sacs out, but it's just like yours are like humans.
They're complicated. They're more complex than that, and I'm gonna educate this boy next week. He's gonna find out that they're not just egg sacs.
I mean, you know I'm not adverse with a female body.
No, definitely not.
And I should really educate myself a bit more. But, you know,
It's fine. I'll
Yeah.
teach you next week.
I'll try and learn something about the male body.
Because I have so many questions about penises that I definitely want to
I'll
ask
try
you.
and answer. Can we just... Okay, sorry, I know we should save it for next week. The man-spreading thing, from your perspective, right or wrong?
We need to stop that because you're taking up more space than is required of you.
It's like... But it's there. It's literally... You can't.
It's like
impossible.
you guys need to like tone that shit down because
The people that like full on like boom, like full on doing splits. Okay, it's a bit wrong.
It's
But
like-
like old man Jefferson on the bus like this, nothing wrong because you can't. It's I
I feel
can't.
like you should be able to at least just like
no.
contain.
It's like no,
Not everyone's dick is that big.
no, but like it's just there. I feel like if your dick isn't big, I don't think it's a thing. Or like it's just like if your dick's like 2 inches long, I don't think you're gonna feel it.
I think it's just a cultural thing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But like to me, it's kind of like I absolutely.
Are there
There's
no
some-
other ways to like spread what's going on down there without being
could-
so overt?
I'm trying to figure it out. Sorry, I'm sitting on the edge of my bed now. It's a bit like because to me that is squidging my whole thing.
Okay.
That's uncomfortably. My balls have gone from like up here to down there. And my like penis is like there. Like it's full on squidging.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like this is just like a nice natural. I'm fine. Obviously, I do like this.
Does that squidge?
It squidges, but like in a nice way.
Oh. Ooh.
Sorry, I'm crossing my legs now.
Okay.
But yeah, but if I'm saying like this, then like you freeballing, like it's just.
Okay. Well, you do some more research on that, and we can maybe discuss it next week. Because
definitely.
I'm very curious about it now. I always just thought like sometimes guys
We need
are
to
just
get
thinking
Christina
way too
Packer.
much. A packer.
So a packer is for like transitioning or drag kings,
Yeah.
and it's like just basically a giant fake penis,
Oh, okay.
and it like you strap it on. It's not like a strap on because it's flaccid,
Yeah.
and it's just supposed to like get someone used to having that between their legs. Let me try and find if I can get a picture.
Okay.
But like, Yeah, we need to like Christine. That's a video idea. Christine's wears a packet for a whole week.
A whole week?
Yeah.
Can I not just wear it for a day?
Nope.
I'm gonna opt for a day because, like, my body, my choice. Oh, okay.
So it's basically a fake flaccid penis.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to get used to the.
To the idea of a dick.
We're looking at a fake flaccid penis, and there's holes in it which you can pee out of.
I think I'd rather pee out my vagina.
I know. I think it is just for transitioning people wanting to like learn how to.
Aim.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That or I need to educate myself a bit more. And if I'm wrong, please tell us.
Yeah, please do inform us. But
farewell, everyone.
bye. We'll
Bye.
catch you again soon.